It's Ricardo Fuller, and in this video, I will be ranking the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL. Honorable mentions are Baker Mayfield, Ryan Tannehill, Derek Carr, Kirk Cousins, and Justin Herbert. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and let the intro play.
I told her to fly and she scared of the virus. I sent her a private to get here. I made $400 off each of these pounds. I ain't tripping, it's gonna be a good year. Solomon driving while I got my hands on the chopper. I'm keeping my eyes in the review. I'm from
To start off my list, at number 10, I have Matthew Stafford. His 2020 stats were 4,084 passing yards, 26 passing touchdowns, and 10 interceptions on 112 rushing yards and 0 rushing TDs. Now, reasons I have him at number 10 and not higher on my list. Well, for one, I do know that his strengths are accuracy, awareness, and arm strength are his three biggest things. Accuracy, awareness, and awareness are his three biggest strengths as a quarterback. I mean, him in his career, he's been known to lead games and to lead comebacks in the fourth quarter. I mean, he does it better than most of the league. And he's probably one of the top 5 or top 10 quarterbacks when it comes to being trailed coming back in the fourth quarter. So, and in my opinion, and then his weaknesses as a quarterback is this: his turnover problem, his mobility, and overall ability to win in the league. Now, I do credit the fact that he did play for a terrible organization, the Detroit Lions, for his career. But hopefully with his new team in LA, hopefully with the great defense they have, the great offensive-minded coach that they have in Sean McVay and Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods can go out there and help him. And Cam Akers is really good too. Can go out there and help him win at least a playoff game. They're Super Bowl contenders from the roster that they have, mostly because of their defense. But the team he's on right now is Super Bowl contenders. So I said, with his strong arm, his awareness, and his accuracy, he doesn't need to be mobile. And I don't feel like he's going to need a lot of game-winning drives in LA. So for now, he can just stay the big arm, accurate, and his awareness. He can bring that all to LA and help them win the division, which I don't think the Rams will win the division, but I do think he has a chance to at least win a playoff game, just one, and with the Rams. So yeah, that's who I have at number 10. At number 9, I have Dak Prescott. His 2020 stats were 1,856 passing yards, 9 passing touchdowns, and 4 interceptions on 93 rushing yards and 3 rushing TDs. Now, I do understand that Dak Prescott got injured with an ankle injury against the Giants. It was a gruesome injury to see, but from my understanding, I've always thought of him as a top 10 quarterback after his sophomore year. Because me personally, I do not like to put rookie quarterbacks or quarterbacks or any player in any sport top 10 in anything after their rookie year or during their rookie year, because that just doesn't do them justice to their career. Just let them prove themselves. So ever since his sophomore year in the league, I've always thought that Dak Prescott was a top 10 quarterback, because the way he plays, he just looks like he plays with determination and the poise to want to win. And I mean, it's like he hasn't had a losing season in the league yet. Understandably that he hasn't always made the playoffs in his career, but like still, the season he didn't have Dak, he went 9-7. I mean, the season he didn't have Ezekiel Elliott with that 6-game suspension drama that he had. He went 9-7, and then in 2019, when he didn't make the playoffs, he went 8-8. So I mean, Dak Prescott was never a terrible quarterback. I don't know where the hate started from. He's not this, he's not that. I mean, I know the man doesn't have the biggest arm strength in the league. I know he's not the most accurate quarterback in the league. I know he's not the most mobile quarterback in the league. I'm not trying to defend him for him to be in the best at anything. But what he does out there what he does for that Cowboys offense, I mean, by the looks of it, he does have big arm strength, and he does have pinpoint accuracy on nearly all his throws. I mean, tell me, and he has he has decent mobility for a quarterback. I mean, his mobility is not strong, but it's really decent. He can get like a 20-yard gain on any given play. So what I'm trying to say here now is that Dak can do what any team would want him to do. I mean, he's a leader. He has leadership. He has poise. He has determination, and he has a big arm. He has pinpoint accuracy, and he has mobility, and that's all what makes him the 9th best quarterback in the NFL. At number 8, I have Tom Brady. His 2020 season stats were 4,633 passing yards, 40 passing touchdowns, and 12 interceptions, on 6 rushing yards and on 3 rushing TDs. Now, reasons I have him at number 8 is, now let me get this. He is not the best currently right now. He is top 10 right now, but all time he is the greatest of all time. He is the greatest of all time, but right now he is not. But on that note, this season alone, I understand he played with a new conference, new division, and new team. Now, I do understand that he did not get the first place in this division, and he lost to the same team twice, to the same divisional opponent twice. But he beat the Saints when it mattered the most, which was in the playoffs, and he showed determination and leadership. And so he showed determination and leadership all throughout this season, and he knew that he was going to win the Super Bowl the whole year. He had that determination to prove not only himself but the rest of the world wrong. And really, him winning a Super Bowl on a different team is what really turned him over to being the definite GOAT. I mean, we know Brady's pocket skills are probably the best in the league, and we know Brady's accuracy is one of the best in the league. Now, when it comes to arm strength, that's debatable on how good it is, because throughout his whole career in New England, he's been known as more of like a check down, medium route type guy, short pass, medium route guy. So arm strength may be his one weakness. Well, not one. It may be one of his 2 weaknesses out there on the field. I say his 2 biggest weaknesses out there in the field is mobility, obvious, because it took him like 18, 19 seasons to rush for 1,000 yards. And that was through a career span. So I mean, the man's not mobile. And arm strength, you can see definitely this year a lot. He threw more downfield than he did with New England, and even with that, he did show that he has great arm strength. But throughout his career, it really hasn't been showing a lot. But back when he had Randy Moss and damn near went perfect, but lost in the Super Bowl, he did show a lot that he did have arm strength. So I feel like if we put those 2 seasons together, he does have great arm strength. He has pinpoint accuracy, and he's just simply the GOAT. That's why I have him at number 8. At number 7, I have Kyler Murray. His 2020 season stats were 3,971 passing yards, 26 passing TDs, and 12 interceptions on 819 rushing yards on 11 rushing TDs. And reasons I have him at number 7 is, well, his strengths as an NFL quarterback are mobility, arm strength, and awareness. When I mean from awareness with Kyler Murray, it's the awareness to know when to run with the ball, know how many yards to get, and know how to be safe when it comes to running. And he knows when the play is breaking down. And with him, accuracy may not be the best thing for him. He can improve throughout his season on accuracy. and pocket passing. He can improve on that. He can improve on pocket passing awareness because all the quarterbacks that have below him are all good on pocket passing. But I do have to say mobility is a strength. Arm strength is a good thing. Is a great thing he has. Leadership is a great thing, but pocket awareness, pocket passing, accuracy are his two weakest things about him. That's what I have to say. I mean, he does have the. He does have the arm strength because if I want to be honest, he's probably a top 5 deep thrower in the league. Like when it comes to throwing down the field and having big arm strength, he's probably top 5 in that category. He's not number 1. He's not in top 3, but I can confidently put him in my top 5 for arm strengths in the league. And it's like, and then there's a real debate to be made about who's a better mobile quarterback in the league, Kyler Murray or Lamar Jackson, because it's the way that, he's just like so small and fast. It's like he can get big yards and big gains on almost every time he tucks the ball and runs with it. And I do have him as an MVP candidate this year. Now, I'll give you my award predictions in a future video, but I do have him as an MVP candidate. I do see the Cardinals winning their division this year, and I do see him improving in a lot this season with accuracy, with accuracy. Yeah, so that's who I have at number 7. At number 6, I have Josh Allen. His 2020 stats were 4,544 passing yards, 37 passing touchdowns, and 10 interceptions. He had 421 rushing yards and 8 rushing touchdowns. And reasons I have him at number 6 are his strengths as a quarterback are arm strength, mobility, and awareness. And his weaknesses as a quarterback is pocket passing, accuracy, and that's about it for his weaknesses. Because him as a quarterback, I did see in the 2020 season that he improved on leadership. He really improved big in the leadership department. He really improved big on the arm strength department, and he went out there and showed that he can be a future of this league. He can make competition between him and Mahomes and Lamar and Deshaun fun for the rest of the time in the league. I think the future of the NFL is bright with him, especially on the way he plays and the way the way he made Buffalo Bills a contender. Him and Stephon Diggs are the two biggest reasons why they're a contender for the Super Bowl. Now, I do have to say, if he improves on accuracy, and he shows that he can play like he did in 2020 and in the upcoming season, then he has the potential to become a top 5 quarterback, and he has the potential to become better than what Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson, in my opinion. But for now, he has the leadership, he has the arm strength, and he has the mobility, and he has the awareness. So, yeah, and overall, the Buffalo Bills are a Super Bowl contender. Josh Allen's an MVP candidate. And Stephon Diggs is an MVP candidate too. So, yeah, that's who I have at number 6. To start the top 5, at number 5, I have Russell Wilson. His 2020 stats were 4,212 passing yards, 40 passing touchdowns, 13 interceptions, 513 rushing yards, and 2 rushing TDs. And reasons I have him at 5 are his strengths as a quarterback are arm strength, accuracy, leadership, mobility, and awareness. Now, what Russell Wilson is, he's just such a smart, well-rounded quarterback. He can be a pocket passer, but with the O-lines he's had as a pro, it hasn't been the best. So we've always seen Russell Wilson as the type of quarterback. We've always known him as a mobile type quarterback, where he has to sense pressure a lot. because he has a terrible O-line, and that makes him throw crazy passes most of the time. And that makes him roll out the pocket, and throw on the run a lot. So he really, when it comes to like, he's probably top 3 on running, throwing on the run. He's probably top 3 in that category for quarterbacks on throwing on the run. But him as a quarterback, I mean, there really isn't a big flaw in his game. It's just that the only thing holding him back is the lack of playoff success that he's had ever since making his last Super Bowl appearance when he lost from that goal line interception. And overall, him in the goal line, and I'm not just talking about the one famous interception that he had. Him at the goal line hasn't been the greatest yet. Hopefully, he can improve before his career ends. But goal line, Seahawks at the goal line and goal line rush isn't the best. But I do have to say every other aspect of his game is good. He has the awareness to sense pressure. He has the awareness to throw deep. He has pinpoint accuracy. And then he has 2 big deep threats in DK and Tyler Lockett. So, I mean, he has weapons there to throw to. He has a good offense to succeed in. And he has everything you need in the quarterback. Mobility, pocket passing, and just everything in general. So yeah, he's just a perfect quarterback. Now the only thing holding him back is his goal line ability and his height. Besides that, he's just a good quarterback. Like, in the previous years, I would have put him top 3, but for the past 2 seasons, this is where he's gone down to 4 and 5 in my opinion. So this is who I have at number 5. At number 4, I have Deshaun Watson. His 2020 stats were 4,823 passing yards, 33 passing touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 444 rushing yards, and 3 rushing TDs. And reasons I have him at 4 are, well, his strengths as a quarterback. His strengths as a quarterback are, he has great pocket passing. Mobility is there. He has some wheels. He can go out there and get some yards on the run. He has arm strength and accuracy. Those are 2 great things on him. Footwork is crazily good. He has leadership. And he just has he's overall just a great quarterback. Overall. I mean, throwing on the run, deep throws, he's accurate. He has leadership ability. I mean, I know he doesn't have the greatest team ever since Hopkins left, and that can be a whole different video about the Texans and how terrible a franchise they are. But, he doesn't have a great franchise, so, I mean, he obviously wasn't going to win a lot of games this year in Houston. But still, he still did his thing out there and made the offense look good. I mean, they weren't good, but himself, he still went out there and shined. I mean, he wasn't left out there with the greatest options. He was left out there with Brandon Cooks and a washed-up David Johnson. And that isn't the greatest things to have out there as a quarterback. A washed-up Brandon Cooks and a washed-up David Johnson. So, I mean, what he's been able to do out there to help the Texans, what he's been able to do to help the Texans. I mean, even in his rookie season before he got injured and died, he was on pace to break the passing touchdowns record, the passing yards record for rookie quarterback. I mean, ever since his rookie year, he's exerted dominance in the league. And when he came back, he exerted dominance and made the playoffs. So, I mean, and he had a lot of help from New Hopkins, but without him there, he's even still proved himself that he can play without a top 3 receiver in the league. So yeah, that's who I have at number 4. At number 3, I have Lamar Jackson. His 2020 stats were 2,757 passing yards, 26 passing touchdowns, and 9 interceptions. He had 1,005 rushing yards and 7 rushing TDs. Now, reasons I have him at number 3 is because, well, his strengths as a quarterback are rushing, arm strength, and pocket awareness. awareness, footwork, leadership, and mobility, if I didn't say that already. Now, I do understand that he's not accurate, and he's not accurate, and the one downfall to his career is that maybe he rushes too much as a quarterback, or maybe he doesn't pass enough. But let's look at the truth of it. Lamar is an MVP quarterback. That's a fact. Lamar has made the playoffs his rookie, sophomore, and junior year as a quarterback. All throughout his whole career, he has made the playoffs. I mean, the man's electrifying. He runs like it's a video game. He treats the field like it's a video game out there. I mean, the man just asserts dominance, like on the field, like all over the field. I mean, Lamar Jackson is dominant. Now, I do understand his passing stats aren't the greatest, but yet to do look at it. His best receiving target is a tight end. And I mean, come on. That's not a recipe for success when you have receivers who can't even catch the ball. I mean, Marquise Brown, that's the number one true wide receiver, and the man can barely catch a ball to save his life. I mean, truth be told, Marquise Brown isn't a good quarterback. Mark Ingram was trash in his final season as a Raven. He didn't have much to succeed in the past year. Now, congrats on him winning his first ever playoff game. That is a big step for him. But what I want him to see is I hope Rashad Bateman can help him out in becoming a better passer. But for now, he needs better receivers because his receivers is what's making him look bad as a passer. And since he has such bad pass catchers, the Ravens have to go on the more run-heavy offense. So that's why he runs the ball a lot more because he doesn't have receivers open, or B, he's not confident in receivers, or C, it's just that the offensive play call was just that because the Ravens are a run-heavy team. So, yeah, that's why he is the top 3 quarterback. Number 2, Aaron Rodgers. His 2020 stats were 4,299 passing yards, 48 passing touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and 149 rushing yards on 3 rushing touchdowns. Reasons I have him at number 2 are, well, for one, he was 2021 season MVP. His strengths as a quarterback is accuracy, deep ball, accuracy. He can throw the deep ball, probably just as good as Mahomes can. He has pocket awareness. Now, the only thing lacking in this game, I would say, is maybe mobility. Yeah, mobility is lacking in this game. But besides that, he really has no flaws as a quarterback. I mean, he can do everything you want in a quarterback. He has on-field leadership. But off the field, his leadership, he has some gray marks off the field, especially with this whole Packers, Aaron Rodgers drama. In my opinion, he's just being a big crybaby about the whole situation. But that's another video. But truth be told, he's just a perfect quarterback. I mean, the only thing holding him back from the number 1 spot is probably just the mobility aspect of his game because we all know who my number 1 is. Mahomes is just has a better mobile. And I mean, Mahomes is just more like fancier when it comes to like sidearms and all these other fancy passes. So I mean, if you want a great standard quarterback and you want a person who can go out there and win a game, and this Hail Mary ball is really good to watch. Deep ball, accuracy, on-field leadership. And his just pocket awareness, his footwork, everything about Aaron Rodgers. He's just a bad man out there on that field. He's an unstoppable weapon out there on the field. And he's the main reason why the Packers have made the playoffs, not the Super Bowl. Because that's a one downfall of his career, is losing so many conference championship games. But besides that, in his career, besides winning conference championship games and not being mobile, There's nothing holding him back from being the second best quarterback and being damn near perfect and being the perfect quarterback that he is. That's why he was 2020. That's why he was 2020 season's MVP, and that's why he's the second best quarterback in the league. At number 1, the best quarterback in the NFL is Patrick Mahomes. His 2020 stats were 4,740 passing yards, 38 passing touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 308 rushing yards on 2 rushing touchdowns. Now, his strengths as a quarterback, everything. He had like mobility, arm strength, accuracy. Leadership, footwork. Everything about Mahomes, he is just perfect at as a quarterback. He is the perfect quarterback. There isn't a flaw in his game. He has when he's down in 4 quarters in any game, he has the poise to come back. He has the will to come back. And with the weapons he has in Kelce and Tyreek Hill, he put Kelce's and Tyreek Hill's game on a whole nother level. He improved their games just alone. And come on, how can you not like Mahomes as a quarterback? He's just all around perfect quarterback. Now, I am gonna say this: he isn't one of my favorites, and I'm not very fond of him as a player because I'm a Chargers fan. And he's always known to screw over the Chargers, mess with them, and especially in week 2 when he came back, when he was down like 17-6 in the 4th. Yeah, I'm not the biggest Mahomes fans. To be honest, Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes are my 2 least favorite quarterbacks in the league. But you do have to respect them on their talent. And that's what I'm doing here with Mahomes. I'm putting him at number 1. Because the man, he is talented. He is a perfect quarterback. You cannot bet against the Chiefs. It's hard to bet against the Chiefs. With Mahomes, Kelce, and Tyreek Hill, Tyrann Mathieu. You can't bet against the Chiefs in general. It's a hard team to pick against. And mainly solely because of how good Mahomes was. Maybe other teams should go on the route of what they did of sitting him for a year and only let him play 1 game. So, all honesty, he's just a God-gifted talent. There's nothing else to say about this man. Mahomes is... he has, out of anyone in the league, he has the highest chance to chasing Brady and his GOAT status. I'm not very fond of the nickname. I hope Herbert one day becomes Baby GOAT, but for now, Patrick Mahomes is Baby GOAT, and Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL. This is the outro. If you made it this far, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you in the next one.